Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look at Ann Taylor Dorminey. She went missing October 3rd, 1981 from Valdosta, Georgia, 30 years old, 5'3", 115 pounds. And we're going to look at some missing persons and some Jane Does as well. So there'll be some other missing persons in the video along with some Jane Does. So it says she was last seen in the late night on Friday, October 2nd, 1981, and early morning AM on Saturday, October 3rd, 1981. Her pocketbook and vehicle were found at her residence. A window of her residence was found to be broken out upon a search conducted for her well-being. She has not been seen or heard from since then. Strawberry blonde hair, brown eyes. There's not a lot of information there. So here's a picture of her. It's pretty horrific. And so we'll look at some Jane Does, but I also want to look, when you look at the Jane Does, I also want you to consider that when you see the Jane Does, you know, they could easily be somebody else. So who knows what happened to her. Very beautiful young lady, though. And she was 5'3", 115 pounds, and 30 years old. So, and then we have this Jane Doe found in Marietta, Georgia in 1993. So that's 12 years later. And you can look at her to see if you think she looks similar. She had strawberry blonde hair. I thought it looked similar. I thought she looked similar. 5'3", 100 pounds estimated. That's about what she was. Unknown cause of death. It says estimated date of death unknown. So it doesn't give me any years to work with or anything when I'm looking at it. It says hip length short sleeve jacket, white halter top scarf with orange pink diamond print design, lightweight blousey elastic waistband slacks. Mentions the jewelry. She had a safety pin in her slacks. The skeletal remains were discovered at a construction site. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of that road. Okay, so then we'll look at some missing people. So this girl went missing in Atlanta, Georgia in 1969 because it doesn't give me any estimated date of death range. So 5'3", 5'4", 107 pounds, light brown hair, blue eyes, last seen at a party. And then we have this Jane Doe. And she went missing from Sandy Springs, Georgia, 5'3", about 100 pounds, reddish brown hair. So you can pause this and read it if you want to. She was afraid of... She was living with a man. She didn't know much about him. She was afraid of him and wanted to get away. They stayed in motels in a Wheeling, West Virginia area when they went to visit family and friends in Ohio because... Okay. So I'm not actually sure where she went missing from. And this girl, she's only 13. She was only 13 when she went missing. But she reminded me of her as well. Even though she was only 13 and it was 1973. I didn't want to leave her out because of the way her face looks and her face shape and her nose and things. Even though I know the nose I don't think I could go by, but I didn't want to leave her out. Okay. Sylvania, Georgia. Let's see. And here's another Jane Doe that was in Morgan City, Louisiana. This is pretty far away. Estimated PMI is 3 months. 5'4", cannot estimate. Date found is estimated. Let's see. And we have this is Jane Doe or John Doe. There's not a lot of information here. And there was a brown leather work boot, but it doesn't say if it was a men's work boot or a women's work boot. So I don't know. And then we have this is Louisiana, age 40 to 60. It's also pretty far away. And the date found is estimated, so I don't know. And then we have this Jane Doe from North Carolina, age 20 to 30, about 5'2". Found by hunters on a wooded area off Bear Creek Road, and that's pretty far away as well. But, you know, I don't want to leave them out. And she was close to Florida, so I want to put some in Florida here. Hillsborough County, Florida, 35 to 50 years old, 4'9" to 5'4". Full upper dentures. It doesn't. Cause of death unknown. Estimated date of death unknown. Let's see if that looks anything like her. Okay, and then for this Jane Doe, I think I might have pulled up a couple of missing persons so you could see that in Florida we have missing people. This girl was 5'2", and so she was separated from her husband. She was going to file for divorce. She went missing. Her clothes, jewelry, money, and checkbook were found in her home. She left her children without telling anyone and didn't make arrangements for them, and that's not something they thought that she would do. And then we have this Jane Doe, this missing person from Hernando County, Florida. She was 40 years old, 5'5". So her 14-year-old daughter was leaving for school as her mother was leaving with her new husband. Mr. Mackey picked up the daughter at school that afternoon, advising that her mother had left to care for a sick relative who lived out of state. The relative had no knowledge of Mrs. Mackey's alleged visit, and then she's not been seen or heard from since. So there's other people that are closer to some of these missing people that would more likely be them. And this lady, she's a Jane Doe who she kind of looks like her, doesn't she? She really does. In this image, but not in this one. In their artist reconstruction. That one and that one. Wow. Wow, that one does look so similar to her. Wow. That's eerie, isn't it? But this one, see, I also had other people that I thought that looked like the artist rendering as well. So, but wow, that's eerie that the one image looks so much like her. How far away is that? Royal Palm Beach, Florida. To Valdosta, Georgia is 5.5 hours. That's a long ways. Wow, hold on. I'm going to slide that over there for a second. So I can look at the chin and stuff. Oh, that's eerie, isn't it? Anyway, doesn't mean it's her. It's just eerily similar. So 21 to 40 years old, 5'3". Found in 1987. Wow. Skeleton remains located 317 feet off of 130th Avenue, north of Orange Boulevard in Royal Beach, Florida. The victim had extensive dental work, no clothing, jewelry, or other personal belongings. Light brown hair. So, and sometimes when people see light brown hair, it would be like if you had blonde hair all your life, it might be, sometimes it looks like it's sandy brown or light brown, even though the parents would consider it still blonde. So that looks darker brown, but maybe whoever found it, maybe, I don't know why they have that, but this girl went missing in Naples, Collier County, Florida. So I had looked at her thinking, it could be her because of the other image that they had. This one. And then also this girl, but she was 5'6", so she'd be too tall, that went missing from Miami, Florida. She'd been working at a temporary job distributing aspirin samples at the Miami Grand Prix racetrack, where witnesses said she took a break and left around noon with an older man. She was last seen shortly after, about 1 o'clock. So her paycheck was left unclaimed. And there's more information. You can pause it and read it if you want to. And then we have this young lady went missing from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She was 5'5", though. So there's other people as well. And this young lady went missing. She was 5'2", from Winter Haven, Florida. So she left work. She was picked up by her boyfriend. Her boyfriend stated she went to Daytona Beach with an unknown male. I don't know. That sounds weird, doesn't it? The father went over to her house with a male relative and they searched the house. They found her mattress bloodstained inside the house. They immediately called the sheriff's office. And the sheriff's office collected the mattress. They were tests done on the mattress, but they were only able to determine the blood type. Wow. About a month after she disappeared, the family heard that the boyfriend was selling Smith's things in the front yard of the home they shared. Oh, that's so sad. So, anyway, if you have any information about what might have happened to her or any of these other missing persons, or who any of these unidentified females might be, please contact authorities and let them know. You can email them. You could CC a couple, like a detective, a police department, and sheriff's department. If you're not sure if the emails work, you can write letters. If you want to remain anonymous, you could call them and give them information. But if you have any information, even if you feel like it's hearsay, somebody was drinking and talking, you're not sure if it's true, you're not going to testify in court, you're just trying to help them solve the case, please give them the information. Let them decide what's important and what's not. Feel free to leave comments. Don't forget to pray for their families and their loved ones, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.